Vince.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. We got Vince Torchia here with the Grow Group, stopped by the Groundwork booth and saying hello. We're gonna chat a little bit and cover a little about what's going on here, a little about Grow Group,
Perfect.
and chat up a little bit. So, first of all, for those who might not know, what is Grow Group?
Yeah, so Jeff, we started as a consulting firm about 25 years ago. Marty Grunder, our president and CEO, started Grunder Landscaping Company when he was 14 as a way to make money for college. Realized, this is a good business to be in, it's a great industry to be in. So about 25 years ago, we started coaching other landscape professionals on how to run their business. They'd read about him in magazines and say, hey, you're a young guy, you have a successful business, how'd you do that? And he's a salesperson. He's like, I can show you how to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll come in and work with you for a little bit. Yeah. So he would come in and work with them. So he's been doing it about 25 years. I've been working with Marty for 10 years. So now I'm vice president of the Grow Group. So I run the Grow Group consulting firm on a daily basis. And then I'm also on the leadership team of the landscaping company. So I've got dual roles, 2 paychecks, 2 roles within Marty's organization, all under one umbrella. So I'm in the landscaping company as well as the consultancy.
That's awesome. So that gives you some real world, day-to-day stuff as well as the coaching side of it.
And what's great about the consulting firm is that I see like 40 companies a year. So pre-pandemic, I traveled 45 weeks a year, whether it was peer group, coaching, consulting, whatever the case may be. So I'd see, like I said, 30, 40 companies a year. You learn a lot by doing that. You've seen good morning rollouts, bad morning rollouts, good sales processes, bad sales processes. So we work through all those, and then it's helpful on the Grunder side. You'd be like, hey, there's a company down in Richmond. They're doing this thing that's pretty cool. We should play music in the morning. And everyone's like, what? I'm like, no, it's cool. Like, trust me. Like, it's a cool thing to like roll out the music in the morning.
Right.
All right, cool. Like, we'll try that. You know what I mean? Hey, we should stretch in the morning. Or things that you pick up along the way. So that really gives you a lot of industry knowledge very quickly when you're seeing that many companies at that clip, especially with the peer groups that we run as well. So
very cool, very valuable. So when you say peer groups, tell me more about that.
Yeah, so right now we have about 80 companies total that we have in peer groups. So we have about 8 to 12 companies a group. So that's 10 groups or so that we run. We split them up based on their revenue size. So you're in companies that are plus or minus a few million in revenue view. So if you're a $5 million company, you might have an $8 million company, you might have a $3 million company, but you're in the same world. You have the same conversations about where your business is going. They meet 4 times a year. So 3 times a year they meet and see other member locations. So they get to see how company X is doing, how company Y is doing it, company Z. They go see them physically and how they work. We spend a couple days in the meeting room distilling down more lessons. We have a curriculum that we follow. And then for their 4th meeting, they go to a retreat. So we have a 3-day retreat. It's half planning, half fun, half social, half education. It's kind of a mix of everything. Yeah. So, but those peer groups are great, especially because as owners and leaders, you kind of feel like you're on an island sometimes. Oh, yeah. Who do I go to? Who can I get for quick answers? How can I get some help on this? So the peer groups are just a natural education piece for them as well.
Fantastic. And I know you have some other events as well. And maybe we talk about that a little bit as we wrap. But tell me maybe about the GIE Expo. Like, what is your mission here? And maybe what are you excited to learn more about and see?
Yeah, what's great about this is my 10th year in Louisville. So it's been amazing. And now it's splitting off, obviously, and we're going to go in 2 different directions with the show. And so it's been great that for at least 10 years, except for last year with COVID, everyone in the industry has been in the same city for 4 days. Yeah. Whether you're a vendor, supplier, partner, insurance agent, financial broker, whatever you are, you're here in Louisville for 4 days. So what's great about this is just the people, the energy you get from making new friends, seeing old friends, making connections like this. Like, that's what's great about this event. So for me, though, like you, the technology wave is coming in quickly to the industry, right? Whether it's robotic mowers or more of a virtual sales process, people are entering all these things. Really cool to see what's happening in the industry. And again, COVID was, it's a terrible thing that happened. All those things aside, right? Like I was going to say, not a good thing that happened. However, it forced this technology curve on the industry that we were really lagging on. And we were really behind on a lot of technology things, whether it was just like remote work or companies that still would like VPN in. I have a lot of access to that, but I can VPN in on the road. Like, we've got a whole cloud that you can just get into, right? OneDrive is in the cloud. QuickBooks is in the cloud. So that all had to get adopted in the last year. So what would have taken our industry like 10 years to do, it got shoved into like 16 months. So it's exciting now to see what other companies are doing, to see this technology wave coming and realizing like, I better get on my surfboard, you know what I mean, and not fight this wave anymore because it's here now. So it's very cool to see what people are doing.
Yeah, so what are some interesting kind of trends maybe a little more specifically that you are seeing kind of some of the best in the industry adopting, and some of the things that you're seeing that you're excited to see more of going forward.
I'll start with low-hanging fruit that might sound funny, but like paperless offices.
Yeah.
Wow, right? Just the fact that 5 years ago, Grunder Landscaping Company, we'd have like a whole wall of filing cabinets with every job that ever we did. You know what I mean? Like every employee file, every customer file. And when we moved to Aspire, the software that we run, we like donated all those filing cabinets. And like, we don't want paper in the office anymore. Just to like say, hey, I'm going to be on vacation October 31st, you'd like fill out a form, and that would get like sent to a manager would approve it, it'd like go back to HR, then HR would file it, right? And it's like, why do 4 people need to touch this? Right. And now it's an app on our phone where it's like, hey, I'm off on the 31st, get this approved, and like, let's be over it. So seeing paperless offices is great. I think it's good from an efficiency standpoint, but it's also like, we're trying to get younger people into this industry, and they don't want to go through all this paper, right? They're used to apps, iPads, computers, laptops, like, So again, if you have like a paper to-do list, cool, fine with me. Like, I'm not going to change how you run your day, but like, you can't be out with Mr. Raleigh writing down like, oh, meet with Jeff at 8 a.m. on Tuesday in like a Franklin planner. Like, it's not a good way to do it anymore.
Well, you know, what's interesting about that, and I know, I mean, a lot of the talk and, you know, kind of the side conversations is likely to be around some of the labor shortage. Certainly some of the challenges on the supply chain side of things. There's a lot of that stuff to consider here, and you know, over a couple of beers, I'm sure hopefully somebody solves it, right? Like that's what we're hoping for. But I'm interested in your take on how technology affects the hiring process.
Yeah, it's a great question. So, number one, no matter what position you're recruiting for, when people walk into your office, whether you are expecting it or not, they're getting a sense of what it's like to work here. So they're seeing someone come out of an office with like stacks of paper, or they're seeing someone come out with a tablet. Like, they're making informed decisions about your company before we've even sat down for an interview. This company invests in technology. Oh, they look like they're on the cutting edge of things, whatever that means now. But it certainly sets a tone for how we operate the minute someone walks in. So that's just like one side of like, as a feeling of, we're a company that moves quick. People really don't want to work in this industry at companies that move slow. Like, we want to be speedboats making turns wherever, not aircraft carriers that are going to slowly make changes, right? So that sets a tone from the beginning, just from that perspective. But on the other half of it is just the ability to get work done. Like, nobody wants to fumble through systems and processes and paper in like a very long way when there's short ways to do things, right? Or making double changes, like I'm going to make a change on this form, and then I'm going to go into our system and make a change. Like, it's just double work. Everybody's already busy, everyone's already overworked, everyone's got a lot going on. Why are we making duplicate entries? Why are we trying to have a paper process mixed with our computer process? So that's more of just like a daily life frustration that we want to avoid from the beginning, and to have a conversation with people like, hey, at our company, we move quick, we invest in technology, we're here to get work done, we're not here to let work get in the way of the work that we do, right? Like, we're here to build beautiful properties, maintain beautiful yards, not work on like data sheets. Right? That's not what we want to do, not what you want to do as an industry professional. If you work in this industry, you want to work with your hands and work outside and like be amongst the elements. Not like filling out forms of paper. So
love it. So let me ask you a little bit about some of the stuff that you have coming up from the Grow Group perspective.
Sure, absolutely.
What is on the docket? I know you have some typical events and then maybe some more specialized things. Tell us about that.
Our bread and butter are two things. One, what we call field trips. So we host companies that come and tour Grunder Landscaping Company. So if you've never gotten to go see another company, or you don't know what a good morning rollout looks like, or you don't know how an office should be set up, or you don't know what scheduling work looks like, you can come into our office for a day and basically get like a master class on here's how companies should operate. Like, here's how our morning is structured. Here's how our training is structured. Here's how our sales process goes. Here are the numbers we watch and pay attention to. And here's operationally how we perform the work that we do. So that's what we cover at a field trip. And that's like the meat and potatoes of running a business. So we do that every month. We always have between 15 and 20 people come in and just tour our company, see how it operates. And they get a ton of just not only energy, but like really good nuggets of how to run their business. So that's a monthly thing that we do every month. And we limit it because that's a small event. And like, if you have questions, we want to answer your questions. We don't want you to feel like I paid money to come to this thing and I didn't get my questions answered. So we keep that to a small event. And then on the other side of that, we do a very large event every February called Grow. And that's a mega event. Most we've had is 600 people attend.
Wow.
It's a 3-day learning event. It's a mix of in-classroom, and then we partner with a local company. We tour their company.
Cool.
So we go see what another company does, how they operate, what systems they use, what processes they use, what they do to find and keep people, all that. Mixed with breakout sessions, educational sessions, keynote sessions. So that's every year in February. We're going to do that in Nashville next year, February 23rd, 24th, 25th. We can hold up to 1,000 people. I don't know if we'll get 1,000 people, but Nashville, Tennessee,
sign up. That's right. If you get to 1,000, that's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah,
1,000 people in Nashville. I was there for another conference a couple of months ago. There is room for 1,000 people in downtown Nashville on Broadway.
Our hotel is right on Broadway. This could be a perfect setup. So
Nashville's a wild place.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be a very good event. We have a great host. Taylor Milliken is a host there. He runs Melosi, about a $10 million company. So it'll be great. But yeah, join us in Nashville. It'll be an awesome event.
Awesome. Good. Anything else I missed you want to get out there?
No, I mean, it's good to always talk about the state of the industry. It feels like things are always changing so quickly. So as we said, like, be open to change, be ready for it. It's kind of whether we want it, the consolidation in the industry, all these things are happening. So just be open to change, or you're going to be fighting a tough battle. So
awesome.
Good.
All right. Vince, Torchia, Grow Group, thanks for coming and chatting with us, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Good to catch up.
See ya.